Hi, this is Roman from Gratitude. I shot this 60-minute flow class during the COVID-19 pandemic. I had a couple teachers in the room. I didn't have any script at all. I just shot from the heart. And that's the way that we did it during that incredible time that we all faced. We just showed up, authentic, real, and we came at you guys live on these Facebook Live classes. So I hope you can appreciate the bootleg nature of it. So here you go. Enjoy the class, carve out 60 minutes, and thank you so much for all of your continued support. What I'm going to have you guys do is lie onto your backs, okay? Go ahead and lie on your back. Let's just take a moment to stretch your body from end to end. So if you're just joining us, you guys, I want you to lie on your back. Make sure your yoga mat's set up, aligned to the room. Very powerful, very important. Stretch your legs, your feet out in front of you, and bring your arms up and over your head, just like our fine teaching models are doing right here. Right? If you ever want to pick up your head, take a quick look at the screen to see what these guys are doing, that's fine. But this is less of an instructional video, I guess, in more of like a coaching video, where I'm here with you, whether you're live right now, 6:01 or 2 on Friday night, or you're watching this video at another time. Now is now. Here you are. And what I want you to do is do your very best to hear my instruction. For a lot of you, you're familiar with the terminology. If you're fairly new, not so much just yet. And to do your best and to let that be exactly it tonight. So if you're just joining us, Laurence is back. Welcome. You're on your backs, just beginning to stretch from end to end. Now let's take the right knee into your chest. Give your right knee a squeeze. We like to call this wind releasing pose. It's a part of our integration phase here. The integration phase is where we literally land in the space between where we all were today. I don't know where you were. I know where I was, right? I was doing gardening all day, the heavy stuff, right? So my hands are sore. What did you do today? All right, so we're landing in the space between where we all were and where we're all going. I'm gonna get sushi tonight. Let's go ahead and switch it up. Left knee comes in, right leg goes down the mat. But right here, so you start really slowly lying on your back. If you're just joining us, Beata's in the house. Hey, Beata. You've got one leg in, the other leg out. Now let's take both knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. And what I'll ask you to do is massage your lower back in a way that feels right. What we found is going left to right sometimes is really helpful across the lower back musculature. Perhaps even going in a little bit of a circular manner. You press your knees forwards to the left and in, and reversing direction a couple times. And what that's going to do is it's going to set you guys up for a spinal twist. So let your knees drop off to the right-hand side. Hey, Courtney, welcome. Unroll your yoga mat, you guys. Lie on your back. We're getting ready. Friday night flow, row flow, we like to call it. We're just starting off in this integration phase. This part of the class where, we're starting to shed some of the excess that accumulated through our practice, through our day, I should say. Doing these postures that are lying on our back, giving us a chance to release some of the stress. Let's go to the other side now. Simple spinal twist, you guys. So your knees are going in one direction and they're going in the other direction. Just beginning to open yourself up. Okay, come on back to center. I'll have you draw your knees into your chest, and let's rock up to sitting and come to a seat, a cross-legged seat right at the front of your mat. And simply walk your hands forwards, bow yourself into your lap, drop your head down. So I like to say in the live setting, not this setting, but if you were coming into my class, I would always say, you're not here, you didn't just stroll into my class tonight, but you're here on purpose. What's that purpose? Like, what's your intention tonight? You're not watching this video, this live stream. You're not at your home right now. You didn't just stroll into it, but you're here on purpose. You need to be here. Take a moment to set your intention. Hey, Lauren, welcome. Lauren Horde, I hope you're watching and practicing along with us. I see your name here on the bottom. You guys, let's go ahead and push yourselves up. We're just gonna uncross our legs and cross them the other direction. So if your right was on top of your left, put your left on top of your right. Simply fold your bodies forwards. Beginning here, if you're just joining us, in a simple cross-legged seat at the front of your mat. Stacy, welcome. Good, we're getting some people. The crew is in the house. You guys are here on purpose, and we're just reminding ourselves of what our purpose is.
You don't just stroll onto the yoga mat. You got to go through a lot, right? You got to get the kids, you got to get the signif to say, hey, take the kids, right? Put them on TV, whatever the story is, close your computer screen, and log into Facebook Live with RowFlow tonight. So you're here on purpose. Take a moment before we start to move to define that intention and bring it to the surface. Excellent. Come on up now, slowly. And what we're going to do is we're just going to do an easy side stretch. Take your right hand to the right side of your body and take your left arm up and over your head. And go ahead and lean onto that right arm, maybe bend the right arm a little bit and stretch out the left side of your body. Take a big breath in. Awesome. And then come on back to center. Take your left hand out to the left side. Stretch that right arm up and over. And just begin to feel these simple movements here, waking up some parts of the body that may have been asleep all day. Let's do the first side again. Irina Spiegel's in the house, coming at you live from Newton, Massachusetts, everybody. Welcome. The Russian yoga queen. This is what we used to call her. I told these guys are a part of our teacher training about the Russian yoga queen. Let's come on back up, and one more time. Left hand goes out to the left. Right arm up. The crew is here. Love you guys. Friday night. Just taking a little time to integrate the body here, integrate the mind, integrate the breath. And then I'll have you guys come on up slowly. And let's take hands and knees, like a baby that's going to crawl right up at the front of your yoga mat. And turn this into child's pose. Knees apart, pull your butt back to your feet. Stretch your arms out in front of you, put your forehead down. Take a big breath in. Open up your mouth, create that ha sound. You want to do that twice more. Big breath in. And let the ha sound be audible enough that you can literally, your neighbor can hear it, right? Across the room. Take a big breath in. Open up your mouth and roar. Perfect. Now shift to Ujjayi. Same kind of sound, but with your lips sealed. Breathe in. And breathe out. Just beginning to turn your breath on. Inhale. And exhale. Very well done, you guys. Your next inhale pulls you up to hands and knees. And then it's a downward dog pose. So send your hips skyward. I'm going to ask you to pedal and walk your dog in place. Bend the right knee, stretch the left leg, bend the left leg, stretch the right leg. And do that 10, 12, 15 times. Really attend to the sole of that straight leg foot, the plantar fascia. And then draw your attention up to the calf muscles of that straight leg, the back of the knee, the hamstrings, all the way up into the hip, and begin to connect and integrate with the hips. Notice the quality of your hips tonight. Are they tight? Are they open? Beautifully done. Now for a high plank position, go ahead and walk your feet back. Slide your hands, your shoulders over your hands. Good. Check your work. Take a big breath in here. And then push it back to down dog as you breathe out. Let's do that one more time. Out to high plank on an inhale. And push it back to down dog as you breathe out. Okay, guys, you're going to take your hands, slowly walk them back to meet your feet. And we'll set up ragdoll at the back of your yoga mat, breaking your feet to the outer edges, bringing a generous bend of your knees, clasping opposite elbow with opposite hand. Awesome. Drop your head, shake it no, shake it yes. And then land yourself right at center and come into that solid stillness through the roots of your feet. Lift up your 10 toes. And as you blink your eyes a couple times, become aware of that motionless awareness surrounding us at all times. Aware of the room, aware of the heat, aware of the tension, the breath. And give yourself one big, full, deep, audible breath in. And once again, open up the mouth and create that ha sound. All right, release your hands to the mat. Crawl your hands to the top of your yoga mat. Let's come to high plank again. Now, before we move all the way to the yoga mat, let's come onto your forearms. Forearm plank. And breathe your right leg just an inch off the earth. Just lift your right leg up. And notice when the right leg lifts, the abdominal center, it ignites. And bring a little bit of emphasis by trying to drag the forearms back a little bit. Trying to drag the ball of the left foot forwards. And then both feet on the mat. Go ahead and lift the left leg up just an inch or so or two. Connect with the core of who you are. Bring a little emphasis to that by drawing your elbows back a little. Your ball of right foot forwards. Awesome. Both feet on the earth. And then 3 more breaths here. Inhale big. Clear something out. Really starting at the surface here, scraping away anything that may have accumulated since the last time you had a chance to practice. And then it becomes a Sphinx variation of Cobra. Real simple. You let your thighs drop down, stay onto your forearms, and use your forearms like a traction. Try to draw your spine a little bit longer. Now take your legs and wiggle walk them back a little bit to try to decompress your lower back. Yeah. Now lift up your chin, bring your teeth together, you guys. Stretch your throat out. Roll your eyeballs up into their sockets. Look into the forehead. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, release the pose down. Let's go ahead and press the hands and knees. And back to your downward facing dog. Lift up the heels on a big breath in. Bend your knees a lot and take a walk up to meet your hands. Now you're at the front of your yoga mat, correct? Lift to a flat back, and let's take 3 or 5 breaths here. I'm sure you know the flat back position, halfway up. But you want to get your feet as close together as possible. Awesome. Press your inner ankle bones together. Your shins hug together, your knees, your groins. Now bring a little bit of a bend to your knees and pull your bum bones up. There you go. Now your shoulders away from your ears. Tuck your chin and bring your ears away from your shoulders. Looks really good, guys. Take a big breath in here. And then fold forwards over your legs. Pour your weak out. Let's do that twice more. Breathe into your flat back. Pour yourselves out over your thighs. Exhale deeply. And one more time. Breathe in to your flat back position. And then exhale as you bow forwards. Now slowly roll yourselves up to standing. Come on up, you guys. As you roll up, sweep your arms up above you. Big breath in. And then bring your hands to your heart. Let's chant together. 3 Om. Inhale. Breath in. A little bit more vibration like a bell. Inhale. Bring your thumb knuckles to your eyebrow center. Lift up your hearts, and if you're just joining us, we're gonna get ready to exercise some sun salutations to help open up our breath. Now the challenge that many face here in sun salutations is that we allow the movement to be more focused rather than the breath. And I'm gonna ask you to use your breath to dictate the movements tonight. Okay, so let's do this together. Inhale your arms all the way up above you. Look up at them. Now as you exhale, swan dive into a forward bend with the intention of getting all the breath out. Good, now breathe into your flat back. Make sure you inhale so you can breathe in no more. Now exhale, put your hands on the earth, step to plank, and go all the way to the bottom of your push-up. Stay as you exhale. Now upward dog breathes deeply in, and downward dog breathes all that breath out. Let's do it twice more. Inhale, lift your heels. As you breathe out, bend the knees and walk up to your hands. Breathe into your flat back. Exhale and fall over your thighs. Now inhale all the way up to standing. Collect the breath. More breath, more breath. And swan dive. Get all the breath out, all of it. Breathe into your flat back. Hold it for a moment. Sip more breath in. Exhale to plank. And take it to the bottom of your push-up. Get all the breath out. Inhale to your upward facing dog. Looking good, you guys. Exhale back to downward dog. Now we'll do it once more. Lift the heels, inhale. Bend the knees, exhale. Front of your mats. Breathe into a flat back. Exhale and fold. Now sweep to standing. Big breath in. Collecting the prana. And then fold forwards as you breathe out. Simple sun salutations, halfway up, fill your lungs. Exhale to plank. And the bottom of that push-up, chaturanga. Your upward facing dog. And and your downward dog. Now let's shift gears. Raise your right leg back and up and breathe in. Draw knee to right elbow and breathe out. Still, the breath is leading the way. Fly the leg up. Take it to the left elbow as you exhale. Good. Fly that right leg even higher. Reach for something. And draw knee to nose as you exhale. Good. Fly the right leg back and up. Breathe in and release the right foot next to your left foot. Now your left leg goes back. Catch the in-breath like a sail. To the left elbow. Spill it all out. Fly it high as you breathe in and over to the right elbow. Take it high as you inhale. Now draw knee to nose. And then step that left foot all the way forwards. And stay here. Take a couple breaths. Hey, you guys, if you're just joining us, Melissa, Lindsay, Allie, Millicent, welcome. So we've got the left foot forwards, and we're in a low lunge. So come high on your 10 fingertips. Okay? Notice when you do that, you extend the spine a little bit more. It's what we're looking for. Now, I want you to take the left knee and make sure the left knee is directly over the left foot. So check your work. Awesome. Now your back leg, your upper back right leg, I want you to draw the muscle of that right thigh up, like you're trying to take your right leg bone up into the right hip socket. And then draw the right hip forward a little bit. Excellent. Now come up onto your middle fingertips. Now you got 99% of the weight into your left leg. Now along your body, bring your arms like wings, and we've got a low airplane lunge here. Give yourself 3 big full breaths. Finding that solid stillness through your foundation. That's what we're attending to in this pose. Finding that fullness of breath like a kite, like a sail opening up to catch that pranayama. Take one more full breath in and out. Now for Crescent Lunge, sink your hips low and raise your arms up above you and just breathe here. Now you want to let the hips sink. And in direct proportion, the arms reach. So you have the sinking down, the rooting, and you have the reaching and the rising up through your fingertips. Now join your hands above you. Give yourself a bit of a back bend as you inhale, and then hands to the yoga mat. Shoot the left foot back into the sky. You're gonna bend the left knee. You're gonna roll your hip, and go ahead and flip open your dogs. Now if flipping open your dogs is not available, then stay. Okay, all of you, you're in your space here with us live, or maybe at another time watching this video, recorded version. But you want to listen to where you are. All right, my 3 teachers here, they're in flip dog. The right arm is down. Both feet are rooting. They're breathing. They're breathing big because they're here on purpose, just like all of you. You're not just here to see, wait for the light to change. You're here to work something out, right? Now, in order to do that, we have to sustain the poses. We have to be held by them, breathe into them, start to tease out some of the stress. So give yourself 2 more breaths. Really big and full. Jane, drop your head down, let it go. Drop your head, close your eyes, soften your throat. Good, come up and over to one-legged dog, left leg is high, inhale. Beautifully done, release the left foot as you exhale. Now right leg goes up without hesitation. Draw knee to nose and step the right foot forward, a little bit of relief. All right, you guys, welcome. If you're just joining us, right? We've got the right knee forward. I give it about 20 minutes before I stop saying if you're just joining us, right? Because sometimes people are checking in. So we're right at that 20-minute mark. The right foot is forward, and we're setting up our low lunge. High on your 10 fingertips. You've got the right knee over the right foot, the right hip drawn back. Make these alignment adjustments. Right? Bring your attention into your body and derive what you need from your practice here. High on the ball of the back foot. Now come up on your middle fingertips. Notice how 90% of the weight is now in your lower body. And then along your body like wings, bring your arms like wings and breathe here. Again, find that solid stillness through the right foot. Attend to that. And that sense of your strong hips. Right hip back and in, left hip forward and in. The back thigh, the more you squeeze it, that left leg bone, the greater trochanter, it's attracted into the hip socket. It's very powerful. Now from your strong base, for Crescent Lunge, sink your hips low. Take your arms up to the sky and breathe here. Awesome. So same thing, hips going low, and you're working in direct proportion. Right? It's not still, it's moving. It's like a jellyfish, a pulse, the pose. Your inhale lowers you down, tad. Your exhale reaches your arms up. Your inhale reaches your arms up a tad. Your exhale lowers your hips. So it's a bit of you're pulsing here. Now above you, join your hands. Take a back bend as you inhale. And then hands to the yoga mat. Shoot the right leg back to three-legged dog. Bend the right knee. Keep going and flip open your dogs tonight, you guys. Woo! That's exactly it. Aren't you guys glad you're here? I am. All right, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad my teachers are here. Breathe. 3 big breaths. 1. Well, then breathe in that way. Another word for being glad you're here is victorious. Ujjayi. Breathe in. 2. Try to lift your left hip up a little higher by pushing your right heel down. There. All right, let's come up and over to one-legged dog. Big breath in. Now step the right foot all the way forward. Bring the left foot up to meet your right. You're at the top of your mat, halfway up, feet together, and then a forward bend. And you guessed it, right? Chair pose. Drop your bum. Take your arms up above you and breathe here. We've got our lovely models in the house tonight, right? Their 10 toes are up. You could see, you could feel, I could feel how stable that their bodies are, their minds are. They're here in the room, just like all of you virtually. Your knees are bending a little bit. Your bum's pulling back, almost like someone's trying to pull a chair back behind you. And everything is starting to come up. All the questions that you just don't have time for or may not have any answers start to percolate up. So it's a challenge to you because what those questions do is it sort of teases the fight or flight. So the mind starts to be like, oh my gosh, my shoulders, my hips, my this, my that. Whatever you start to grasp for, it's the escape hatch. Stay with it. This is not the hardest thing you've done, right? Sit a little bit lower. Let's breathe together for 5. 4. A little more breath. Virtual land. 3. Sit to your lowest point. Breathe in. Okay, get the heck out of there. Fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale to plank. Lara's in the house. Your lower push-up. Upward dog as you breathe in. Downward dog as you breathe out. Now raise your right leg high. Lara, welcome. Lara was in our very first teacher training at Inner Strength many years ago. Step your right foot forward. Now for standing leg splits, the left leg is going to come up. You're going to drop your head down. Now I've been taught to take my hands out to the side and to tense my fingers a little bit. Okay, then let the elbows bend laterally, the left elbow out to the left, the right elbow out to the right. And enjoy the ride here. Go for the ride. And unpack your bags a little bit. Stay in this pose and root down that right foot. Of course, you've got your breath, always present, always there. The breath is only ever here and only ever now, so you want to connect with it. And if it's a part of your intention to push a little more, to burn some of that energy, well, you're going to be working your left leg higher. If your intention is more grounding down, releasing, well, you're going to stay as you are, breathe a little bit bigger. Wherever you are, we've got 3 breaths here. 1, standing leg split, right leg is down, left leg is high. 2. Now let's take a curtsy squat. Down here we call it a curtsy squat or Shiva's descent. Stay there, models, if you can. You got your left knee to the back of your right calf muscle. You're squatting the right knee down as much as you can, and you're breathing everything out. Now for standing leg splits, inhale the left leg higher. For curtsy squat, knee back of leg, exhale. You got it. Twice more on breath. In breath. Knee to back of right calf, out breath. And then one more time, in breath. Knee to back of leg, out breath. Good. Now let's take standing leg splits again. And for supported warrior number 3, what you'll do is walk your fingers forward, lower your left hip down in line with your right. Now lift the chest like halfway up and try to keep the left hip in line with your right hip. Give yourself a breath in here. Now draw that left knee to your nose as you exhale. Maggie style, you guys. Take the left leg back, breathe in. Now listen for change. Your left leg is going to reach out to the left. Swing it out to the left as you breathe out. Good. Bring it back to center. Inhale. Knee to nose, exhale. Your right leg is on fire. Reach it back, breathe in. Swing it out to the left, breathe out. One more time, breathe in to center. Knee to nose, exhale. Reach that leg back and then land the right foot back for warrior number 1. Come on now. Left foot is at the back of your mat as you breathe. How's that right hip feeling, you guys? Woo. All right, we got one little woo. How about in virtual land here? Woo! you go. So you want to sink into it. It's getting into the bones now, right? It's getting into the marrow. Now above you, join your hands, take a big breath in. As you exhale, hands to the mat, step to plank and put it away, put it away. Upward face your dog and downward face your dog. Now raise your left leg high without hesitation. Step the left foot forwards for standing leg splits. All right, the right leg comes up now. And we're here for a while. Now what you might notice is the mind noticing the sequence. Depending on, where you are in your practice, your mind might say, wow, I got to go through all of that on this side now. Perhaps your mind says, guess what? I get to go through this on the other side again. I don't know where you are. Maybe in between those two polar caps. But it is a decision. It's a choice. How do you want to see the challenge here? How are you seeing this challenge of being home? As uncomfortable and as horrible as it is, people are dying. It's crazy. But most of us aren't, right? Most of us are just, doing our part, staying in. Like, what's the meaning that you're making of it? What's the meaning that you're making of this posture, this challenge, right? Now let's go ahead and lift up that right leg a little bit higher, and then you're going to draw it into your curtsy squat. Let's take 5 or so breaths. Curtsy squat, some call it Shiva descent. The right knee now is at the back of the left calf muscle, all right? You're just breathing. Trying to keep most of the weight on that left foot, rooted down, squared down. Good, take your right leg high as you breathe in, and you're gonna take it to the curtsy squat again as you breathe out. We'll do that 3 more times. Orchestrate the movement with your breath in as you reach, your out breath as you deflate into the pose. 2 more, please. Exhale. Last one, reach, stretch your limits, sit deep into that curtsy as you exhale. Good, now re-extend the leg. And breathe here. We're going to turn this into our supported Warrior 3. So what that means is you're going to walk your fingers forward a little bit, square the right hip down with the left, take a couple cleansing breaths. There's some stuff coming to the surface. If you're not breathing, guess what? You're just going to push it back down. Good. Now you're going to lift the right leg any degree higher, breathe in, and draw a knee to your nose as you exhale. Good. Fly the leg back, breathe in. Now swing the right leg to your right as you exhale. Beautifully done. Reach it back. Inhale. Knee to nose. Exhale. Once more. Reach. Breathe in. Swing it to the right. Breathe out. Reach. Breathe in. Draw knee to nose. Breathe out. Now reach that right leg back and land it at the back of your mat. Warrior number 1. Come on up, you guys, and breathe. Woo! Things are starting to move a little bit, right? You want to recognize that. I mean, you notice how stressed you were. It brought you to your yoga mat, and notice how tight you were, how you needed it. Perhaps you were sad or anxious. Well, notice it's shifting. It's starting to shift. I see it in my models here. These guys are sweating. Their faces are flushing. There's life into their bodies again. What are you feeling? Reach up a little higher, back bend, inhale, and then hands to the mat. Step to plank and downtown, Julie Brown. Woo! Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Let's breathe in together. Open up and let it out. All right. Now it becomes a child's pose. Knees apart, butt to your feet. Not because you need it. Not because you need it, because this is a choice. To place ourselves down. I know you guys can pull up your bootstraps, roll up your sleeves, marshal through it. I know that's why you're here. That is the type of person that's attracted to gratitude. To my team, what my team and I represent. There's no BS. It's about hard work, because hard work works. It just does. Nothing grows in an easy environment. On the other hand, there is time where we want to rest before we get tired. That's what this child's pose is, right? Putting your head down and noticing what's been churned up, what's been stirred up, what's coming up. It's so important, because as much as we want to remove some energy, we also want to open ourselves up and let what's down there, building pressure inside of us, up and out. And that just requires a little bit of self-awareness. That's it. Now, if you can have that self-awareness in the more challenging postures, great. But this is where we learn that child's pose-like quality. Now let's come up on hands and knees, and we'll move through a couple more cat and cow, noticing what's been shifted, what's been open. Or perhaps something more organic, something more responsive. In other words, as you move through your body, you might notice a little kink in your hip or your lower back or something. So you start to move. You start to move your body around. Hey, Rachel. Thank you you're very welcome. Love the yoga therapy too. Keep it real. If you like this, I'm sure other people are going to like it. We need your help. Just keep practicing. Number one, that's the basic thing you can do, you guys, is practice, take care of you. That's our compensation. If you're able to, we'll get online and, throw some ducats our way so I can pay these teachers and keep this place open. Love it. So here we are on all fours. Let's turn this into downward dog pose, you guys. And downward dog, I know what you're feeling. There's a total different texture and quality to your downward dog. Take a moment to identify that, like you were sipping a glass of fine port or wine or scotch or apple juice. Right? I was at the bagel shop this morning with my son. I tasted this fine bouquet of apples. But just begin to notice and taste what's shifted in your body. Your hands fanning to the webbing. Your outer arms hugging into your skull. Relax the back of that neck, that strong neck that holds your head up. Try to pull your bum bones up towards where the ceiling and the wall meet behind you. And look right between your legs as you invite the heels down to the mat. Perhaps they'll ground tonight, perhaps they won't. Push your shins back, your thighs back. And let's take 5 full deep cycles of breath. Inhale big. Open up, let it out. 4 more. Inhale big. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale big. Exhale. 2 more. Big, full breaths in and out. Awesome. Now 1 more breath in. Let all of that used breath out. Beautiful. Raise your right leg back and up as you inhale. Step the right foot all the way through as you exhale. Come up to Warrior 1. Use a breath in. We'll just work through the ringers here. And then open up to Warrior 2 as you breathe out. Now as you reverse your Warrior, your right hand goes high on the breath in. And then we're going to take side angle pose as you breathe out. Right forearm to your thigh. Left arm up high. And you make your adjustments, always from the floor. Turning that left heel back so you can inner spiral your left leg as you breathe. Bending the right knee so it's stacked over your right foot. Draw your attention to your pelvic floor. Loop the tailbone under and firm up the abdomen. Now try to turn your navel up to the sky. There you go. As you breathe, turn your chest up high. Now even look up and see what you're looking at. Notice the stuff on your ceiling. Make that connection. Notice the stuff in its simple presence. And of course, you got your breath. I heard that Sue's body just cracked, everybody. Woo! Sue's body just cracked, everybody. Woo! Now, as you look to the yoga mat, listen for change. We're going to turn this into Skandasana. Now, you're going to bend the left leg a lot. The left leg a lot. And you can notice our fine teaching models here. Now, let's take Skandasana, bending the right knee a lot. There you go. So go side to side. You're going to inhale, come up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, come up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, come up. Exhale to your left. And then inhale, come up. And you're going to exhale to the right. Now, your right knee is bending. Let's make sure we're all on the same sheet here. Right? Hey, Deb, welcome to your practice. We're in Skandasana with the right knee bending. Now look over your left leg. You're now facing the back of your yoga mat. You're going to Spider-Man crawl the hands to frame that left foot into a low lunge. Awesome. So let's make sure we've got the left foot at the back of your mat now as you breathe. Now you're going to fly your left leg back and up, one-legged dog. Bend the left knee, roll your hip open, and let's take another round of flip dogs as you breathe here. Strong right arm, right hip coming into the high. Give yourself 1 more big breath in, and then come on up and over. I'll have you draw the left knee into your chest. Step the left foot all the way through. It's a warrior number 1. Come on up. Catch the in-breath. It's a warrior number 2. Open up. Now let's ensure that the left leg is facing the back of your space now. You're in warrior number 2. Now you'll reverse your left hand high, take a big breath in, and turn this into side angle pose now. Left forearm to your thigh as you breathe. And we just do the same exact principles, right? Repetition being the mother of all skill here. Repeating what works, the foundation. So now you're gonna kick the right heel back a little bit to help inner spiral your right leg all the way up in the hip socket. Bend the left knee and make sure the knee is stacked over your left foot. No one knows. I mean, only you can feel it. Good. Now bring your attention to your pelvic floor. Take the tailbone down and pull the pubis up, firm up the abdomen. Turn your navel to the sky. Your left side chest goes up. Try to look up with your left eye as well. 3 big breaths here. 1. Yeah, wiggle your 10 toes, y'all. 2. Now, just like we did on the other side, you're going to look to the mat, listen for change. They turn this into a Skandasana, bending the right knee a lot. Skandasana, a little bit of a dance around the mat, and then bend the left knee a lot, Skandasana. And please go side to side. Such a very potent and powerful transition here for the groins. If you feel your body out, the leg that's bending is like Malasana. For the hamstrings, that outstretched leg is receiving a full extension of it. For your balance, your dexterity, your agility, your mobility, flexibility. Ooh, I just heard Jane, everybody. Woo! Jane, she just had a hip hop, right? I think that's Charles's favorite music, right? Hip hop, woo! Okay, you guys, now bend your left knee a lot. Now you're gonna look to the right foot. The right foot should be facing the front of your mat, correct? All right, Spider-Man crawl to that right leg, a low lunge. You're gonna shoot your right leg back and up into one-legged dog. All right, picking up the trail, you did it. Bend the right knee, roll your hip, just like we did on the other side. We'll revisit a flip. Boom. Left strong arm, 2 feet on the mat as you breathe. Everybody in virtual yoga land for 3. Try to lift your left hip up a little higher. There it goes. 2. Okay, let's come up and over. Now listen for change. Step your right foot forward again, please. Open up to warrior number 2. From warrior number 2, we're gonna straighten out the right leg and turn this into triangle pose now, Trikonasana. So same thing, triangle pose is in the same family as your side angle. So you're gonna kick the left heel back a little bit. Inner spiral your left leg. Good. You're gonna wanna anchor down the right big toe mound and the inner right heel. And you're gonna feel nothing but resistance, but that's the whole idea here, these postures. We're creating this controlled, stressful environment, this controlled, chaotic environment. So we can not only practice physicality, physical fitness, cardiovascular strength and endurance, but more importantly, we can practice being at ease with what is, sitting with. That's what asana means, you guys, to sit with. And what we're all going through right now is this giant asana, this warrior number 2 in a row flow, and the kid won't shut up, right? Let's use that left hand to lift you all the way up. Now pivot on that right foot, please, to face the left side of your space. Catch your hips, and we're gonna take just classical prasarita now. Back bend as you inhale. Forward bend as you exhale. Go ahead and release your hands to your yoga mat and do with these next couple minutes what you wish. You can certainly stand on your hands or your head and just hang heavy and luxuriate in this bath of oxygenated blood that's bathing that brain of yours. Oh, Nyala's in the house, everybody. Nyala's like a freaking gratitude warrior. Everybody, let's give Nyala a hand. I know Amy can't because she's standing on her head. Woo! Right, but you heard her. I want to give all you guys a hand as you breathe. But yeah, what we're going through here is a giant posture, a giant chair pose. And I mean, I really wish it would only be 10 breaths and then we'd be out of it. But no one knows that's what makes this asana, this circumstance that we're all in, so potent and powerful. The potential for you to get stronger from this is there for you. if you choose. If you choose. I promise you, it's my choice. I'm looking this right in the eye. And I'm saying, I want to emerge a better man, a better businessman, a better yogi, a better dad, a better mom. I don't know if I could be a better mom, but you're catching the drift, right? So if you happen to be on your head, slowly make your way down. This is what happens when you hang out with Charles for like 2 weeks straight, right? Now let's go ahead and bring your hands on your hips and come on up. For Warrior Two, facing the front of your mat, please pivot the right foot to face forwards. Reverse your right hand to the sky. Take a big breath in. And I'll have you cartwheel the plank. Shoot your right leg back and lower down chaturanga. We'll get to the other side this way. Upward dog. Exhale back to down dog. Now raise your left leg high. Breathe in. And then step the left foot forwards as you breathe out. Warrior number one. Warrior number two. Straighten out the left leg and it becomes a triangle pose. Okay, now so triangle pose, yes, you got it. You heard the instruction. The mind immediately comes in and it leads you. But what we want to do is we want to let the mind be in the background. Let the body be in the foreground. And the principles here, beginning with your foundation. You've got your right foot angled back a tad to facilitate an inner spiral of the right leg. Your left foot is pointing somewhat forward. And for most of us, we're pressing the big toe mound and the inner left heel down. Again, you're going to feel nothing but resistance all the way up your leg, and that's by design, because now we develop patience, witness consciousness, the ability to breathe through something, gaining a level of self-control, so the environment doesn't control us, but we are in control, self-control. And you got your top hand, right? Breathing, your triangle pose. Give yourself 4 more full, deep cycles of breath here. 1. Man, I'm breathing too. 2. What do we got in there, guys? I know, Sue, you're all bottled up. Come on, let's breathe in. Open it up, let it go. 3, 4, 5. Let's slowly come up. Pivot on the left foot to face the right side of your space. Catch your hips, breathe in. Fold forward as you breathe out. And then drop into the pose. And I only know she's bottled up because I'm bottled up. As you breathe. Laurence, I'm sorry, your video's choppy. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I hate this. You know why? There's so many people using their virtual platforms, right? I talked to my buddy who does Zoom. Right? Vanessa, what? Vanessa, a couple shots from the past. A couple people are using different platforms and everyone's experienced choppiness, problems. I'm so sorry. Log back in if you have to. I'll be here. And send me an instant message if you have suggestions on what you want, what times, what you want to teach, what you want me to teach you guys. All right, let me know, because I'm here to serve. I got nothing to do all day long. Let me freaking do a video or something. Meet you at like 2:30. Who knows? Let me know. So if you're just joining us, actually, I hope you're not just joining us. You're in your forward fold. On the last round, Amy stood on her head. She chose the interlaced variation today. You can see Sue's spine is getting longer from the lower back, the middle back, the upper back. And I know what you're feeling in this flushing out of your brain. So I'm going to hold you a little bit longer. Give yourself 3 more breaths. Soak this up, you guys. This might be all you get before you pour that glass of wine. You know, nowadays, this is the way I pour a glass of wine. Clug, 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 clug. Let's lift halfway up, take a breath in. Catch those hips and come all the way up, you guys. Now, turn your left foot to face the front of your mat. It's warrior number 2. Reverse your left hand high. Catch a big breath in. And then put it away. High plank. Low plank. Upward face your dog. And downward face your dog. Now, come out to your high push-up position. And we're going to lower to the yoga mat for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Now we're going to move right into some belly-based back bending. So take a breath in and out. Good. For Shalambhasana A, let's bring your arms out like a T, a big T, a capital T for tenacity, tenacious. And then lift everything up. Arms up, chest up, legs up. And you breathe here for a count of 5. Yep, bring your undivided attention to your body now. 4, 3. Now lift to your highest points and slowly release. Good, bend your knees behind you. Reach back, catch a hold to your feet. Now pull your heels to your bum. Stretch out your quads a little bit. We're gonna get ready for belly bow, but not just yet. So as you pull your shins, your heels to your bum, push your pubis down, your hips down, and squeeze your outer glutes. Awesome. As you squeeze your outer glutes and ground your hips, come on up into belly bow. And we'll breathe here for 5. There, just breathe through it, guys. 4. Lift that right leg a little bit higher, Jane. 3. Amy, your left leg goes a little bit higher for 2. Very slowly release. Good job, guys. Come up on the hands and knees and crawl to the front of your space like a baby. Now behind you, cross your legs and lie right onto your backs because we're going to move right into yoga bicycles. So clasp your skull, elbows to knees for 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe out each and every time you rotate. 5, 7, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 20 more. 2, 4, 6, 8. Last 10. Slow it down. 9, 8, 7. Squeeze it out. 6, 5. Squeeze them out. 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a big breath in. And then shout at the ceiling. Bring your feet to the mat. Take a breath in and out. And for bridge, just come on up and let's bridge the body. Bridge your body. No mystery to your body. Again, you know, the type of person attracted to this class, you've been here before. One of the most popular forms of yoga practice out there. Vinyasa, power yoga, power vinyasa, all different names describing the same thing. And here you are in bridge, right? Whatever variation. Now, if wheel's a part of your practice, set your hands by your ears and come on up. Let's breathe together. For a count of 5. There you go. So look at that, huh? Big difference. Woo! 4. Any other takers for wheel, you guys? We're on fire over here at Gratitude Worldwide, Raleigh, North Carolina for 3. Yep, Roman has no idea how to count for 4. It's one of the first things these guys picked up. They're like, dude, what's your problem? Don't you know how to count? Okay, come on down and breathe it all out. Well done. Now bring the soles of your feet together, Baddha Konasana, knees apart, right hand to your belly, left hand to your heart. And start to really key in and notice what's been stirred up in there. What's coming up under those hands. Be fully present for that energy. And take a big breath in. And a sigh. Now bring your 2 hands together like a prayer. And rest your thumbs on your eyebrow center. Close your eyes. And even though your eyes are closed, notice that there's a part of you that's seeing. That part of us is said to be the witness, the observer, many different names, consciousness, Purusha. It's always there, right? It's been there for every stage of our life. It's witnessed everything that's risen, everything that's fallen, just like what's going on right now. So your spiritual practice with us at Gratitude, it'll remind you of what's not moving, what's ever present, and will allow us to be still, to sit with all this crap. Because this too shall pass, my friends, just like everything else that you've witnessed. Now take a big breath into that. A long, slow breath out of that. And then draw your knees in, give yourself a squeeze. And I'll have you rock yourself a couple times. And or just meet me in downward dog, because we're going to get ready to do some half pigeon, some hip openers. Perhaps you want to do half pigeon on your back, figure 4. Or the bicycle pose as Amy's doing, right? Remember those old school bicycle handles when we were younger? No, you had to take your hands the way you had it on your feet, Amy, for a second, and flex both of your feet there. Now, gently draw your feet away from each other. There it is. Now, bend your elbows and draw down. Now, if you're in half pigeon, your right ankle bone pressing into the mat underneath you, flexing your toes towards your knee. Your back left leg, try to grow it back. There it is. And then you just settle into your breath. Settle into that witness, consciousness, that part of us that's believed to be not affected by rise or fall, birth or death. That part of us that's infinite, that light inside of us. I mean, you say namaste, don't you? Why do you say it? Just because everyone else does? Or is there an awareness of that light inside you that illuminates not just the light itself, this burning candle, but the light that it casts on the dark shadows and the dark caves of our consciousness? That's the deeper work. That's how we deepen on the yoga mat. Not stretching your hamstrings more, but by opening the light more. Let it be more effulgent. Your light. And let me tell you, if you're down and out, you're focusing on, what he or she's an asshole, or the government sucks, or whatever, your light's gonna dim. Or whatever negativity dims our light. You see it. People walking around, they look like ghosts. But then you see the bright souls that are brilliant. I'm telling you, it's a perspective. It's a way of thinking. And it's not thinking at all. But it's becoming aware of that light inside and letting it burn brightly from the inside out. And in order to really do that, which all of you are doing tonight, you're taking responsibility. You're addressing that which dims our light. The stuck energy, the tension in the body, the expectations, the anticipation, all the questions, any negativity. And you're just breathing it through. You're releasing it so that light can shine again. Now, if you need more time, go ahead and stay, or bring your hands where your elbows are. Lift up your chest and make your way to your other side. If you're on your back, real simple transition. And we came with two sides, right? Are you guys glad you made it to the Good Friday row flow? 3 hours to go. Woo! Just joking, but let me tell you, I remember we used to do a 2-hour class. It was the most crowded class. People love that shit. All I want to do is yoga all day long, right? And these guys in the house, these guys are all part of my my teacher yoga study 300 that we had to abruptly stop. But we'd go all day long on the weekends, all day. And that's all we wanted to do, was just be around each other, be around good vibrations, like all of you. Good vibrations, all the feedback, the hearts and the thumbs up and the donations and the sharing. That's just what it's all about. Keeping that fire alive, right? As long as I got air in my lungs, you guys, I don't know. I have no choice. I'm just not a quitter. All right, I have this indomitable spirit. It's just there. Each time I practice, it gets bigger and stronger. That's what keeps me coming back, right? That's why you want to have consistency. Consistency. So many people, I'm getting, non-yogis, like friends, are like, oh, I tried this video and it didn't work. Well, what do you mean it didn't work? What do you mean you tried it? Oh, I went over to this yoga thing and it didn't work. Well, no shit, because you keep hopping around. Go to one place, commit to it, dig as deep as you can, and you'll know. Your heart will tell you. And when it's time to get up, you go. You get up and you go. You find it. The question always arises, what else is there? And you follow that. But wait, don't let the mind take you out of these postures. Don't let the mind, take you out of your calm, your gratitude through these very challenging times. Use that consciousness. Use self-awareness. Like govern your feelings, govern the quality of your inner body. Don't dabble in it. Commit to it. This is like, you're not going to miss your Starbucks run. It was so funny. I was at Starbucks. They're doing the only drive-through, and there were 2 circles created. And Starbucks is huge, so there was the inner circle of the people waiting, and then there was an outer circle of cars. I couldn't believe it. I said, I'll get my Starbucks another time. Give yourself 2 more cycles of breath, you guys. We're here in half pigeon. Amy's on her back, doing, I call it the bicycle. What do you call it? Shoestring on your back? Yeah, shoestring on the back. Shoelace. But that's about it, you guys. Let's bring those hands where the elbows are. If you are on your back, go ahead and just meet me there. Scoot your leg. Just make your way onto your back. So let's have the feet face the front of your space, the head, the back. And we'll just stretch from end to end. Bring your legs out in front of you. Bring your arms up and over your head. There it is. Perfect. Then draw your knees into your chest. Let's just get inverted for about 30 seconds. Shoulder stand, Viparita Karani, which is just candlestick. Take your legs up. It's over, you guys. We did it. Okay, now as you release that, please give yourself a little bit of a back bend. So come into a bridge or a wheel, a fish, a tabletop, a Purvottanasana, something like that. Not to generate heat, but just to bring your lower, middle, and upper backs into your body again. Breathe into that, breathe out of that. And then lift up your head, release the pose. And let's move into our final spinal twist. Knees into your chest. Drop your knees off to the right. Yawn, any last kink or squeak out of your body. Go ahead and take it to the other side now. Oh man, how satisfied do you feel? It's like after a nice good meal. Because you know, right, you worked for it. Come on back to center. Let's stretch your legs down the mat. Chitakasha meditation, baby. You're right, Jess. She remembers. I'm proud of you. It's not easy to meditate. So here we are now, lying back in Shavasana. And I'd like for you to close your eyes, let your lower rows of teeth part. And in the center of your forehead, where we see all image in motion, imagination, I'd like you to see a bright star-light point of light. And from that point, bring your attention to your left foot, your left ankle, and see a point of light in your left ankle. And from there, bring your attention to your right shoulder joint and see a point of light there. And then across to your left shoulder joint, center of the shoulder, point of light. Bring your attention down and across the body to your right ankle, your right sole of foot, and see a point of light in that space between your eyebrows. And from that right ankle up to that center of your eyebrows. And notice the shape that we just traced, this 5-pointed star, like a constellation of points of light. Imagine that you're lying back on a beautiful, very comfortable surface. You're looking up at the completely star-lit night. And you can see that constellation, your constellation, of those 5 points. The eyebrow center, the left ankle bone center, the right shoulder cap, the left shoulder cap, and your right ankle in the center of your forehead, Chitakasha. Hold that vision and become aware of the space between those points of light. That empty, airy sensation of space. And know that we are more space than any other element. And this practice is the practice of dissolving into that space. Shavasana. as you allow consciousness to float back to the material, the physical. Feel how heavy you are, how grounded you are. It's so incredibly therapeutic. The feeling of certainty that you're on the earth, your heels, your bum, your head, your arms, heavy. And I'm going to ask you now to remember your breath and draw a breath into your body. Hold it for a moment and try to sip a little more in, ensuring that you're a full body breath. And then let the breath go. Long, slow, central nervous system soothing out breath. We'll do it one more time. Take a big breath in. Make it bigger than your first. And you're going to hold this breath like you were feeding on it, absorbing it, soaking it up for 3. Sip a little bit more breath in for 2. And then let it go. Give it back. Give it back. Please, in this ideal soil, plant the seed of gratitude. Grateful for every decision, every event. Grateful for perfect health, for abundance and deep abiding joy. Gratitude is the antidote to stress. It's your ally, my friends. It's your yoga studio, virtually now, and hopefully one day we'll be here in person, filling this room up, sweating sooner than later. But for now, I'm going to have you take your arms up and over your head. Take a big breath in. Then draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. And then tip to the right-hand side. Make your way slowly up to a comfortable seated position at the front of your yoga mat. Bring your 2 hands together in prayer-like pose, right over the heart. And we'll close just the way we began by chanting 3 deep Om. So take a big breath in. Clear the breath out first, please. Inhale for Om. Press your thumbs to your eyebrow center. Remember that light inside of you? While I bow and honor the identical light. Namaste. Awesome work, you guys. Friday night rope flow. You guys did it. How about